Welcome, students, to another episode of Geometry with Mr. Selby. Today, I know it says angle measure on the right. We're just going to do some review problems for distance and midpoint. All right. So, use the number line to find the measure of AC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys about 5-10 seconds to go ahead and pause the screen and take some time and see if you can solve this on your own before I go over it. All right, hopefully that was enough time. You're able to find the answer, to find the measure of AC, which is 4. There are two ways to do this. There's the kind of cheating way, I guess you could say, where you go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and some would say that's easier, Mr. Selby. Why wouldn't we do that? But it's not always easier. So what I like to do is I like to call that 1 minus 5. All right, AC 1 minus 5. That'd be our x1 minus x2. 1 minus 5 equals 4. All right, so that's how you're able to solve that one. Let's go ahead and work on another one. All right, same number line. Use it now to find the measure of DE. I'll give you guys a few seconds now to pause the screen and work on it on your own. All right, hopefully you had enough time there to complete that. So the measure of DE, like I said, again, you could count it. All right, you would get 9. But it's distance formula. Let's see what the distance formula has to say. All right, so -1 minus 8. All right, x1 minus x2 comes out to -9 is your answer. All right, the absolute value of -9 is 9. All right, because remember, distances cannot be negative. Aha! Use the number line to find the midpoint of EG. So I'll give you guys about 5 to 10 seconds to go ahead and pause the screen and work on this on your own. All right, hopefully you're able to solve this. The answer is F, which you can look at this and you can say, what could be in between EG? There's only one option, that's F. So hopefully you got that one right. The way I solved this, besides just looking at it, was I took x1, which I said was E was 0, and I took x2, which I said was G was 4, because I counted in between there was 4. Added them together and divided them by 2. 0 plus 4 is 4, divided by 2 is 2. So, and I moved 2 spots over, and there was F. All right. Hopefully you managed to get that one. Let's go on to the next one. This one is a little bit tougher. All right, so why don't you guys take a few minutes, go ahead and pause the screen. I'm going to stop talking for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then go ahead and unpause after you figure out the answer. All right, hopefully you're able to figure out the answer between these two, and it should have been 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I solved it. Okay, so for number 4, so we're trying to find the distance between -2 and 5 and 4 and -3. So I made them my x1, y1, my x2, y2. And this is the formula, square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. All right, so I kind of wrote square root of because I don't have a square root symbol in here. At least I don't know how to make one, which is a bummer. So I just rolled with it. Then I sub in my numbers. The x2 is going to be 4. The x1 is going to be -2. The y2 is going to be -3. And the y1 was 5. All right. 4 minus -2 is 6. -3 minus 5 is going to be -8. 6 squared is going to be 36. -8 squared is going to be 64. 36 plus 64 is 100. And the square root of 100 is 10. All right. And hopefully you managed to get 10 as the correct answer. All right. That was kind of tough. I think distance formula is pretty difficult sometimes. So if you did struggle with that, feel free to message Mr. Selby on Schoology, send me an email, come to my Zoom office hours. Anything you need, I am here to help. All right, find the coordinates of R if M, -4, 5 is the midpoint of RS and S has coordinates 0, -10. All right, this one's a tough one. Why don't you guys take a few seconds and go ahead and pause the video and see if you can solve it on your own. All right, hopefully you're able to solve it. It is indeed A. All right, I'm going to go through how to solve it now. Okay, so right here, 4, -5 and 0, -10. All right, so what we're trying to do here is we're trying to solve. We are given the midpoint. The midpoint is -4, 5. All right, and we're given one endpoint, 0, -10. So we need to plug this into the midpoint formula and solve for the other endpoint. So as you can see, -4, 5 is the midpoint, mx or my, 0, -10 is our x1 or y1. So I've written down the midpoint formula, mx equals x1 plus x2 divided by 2, my equals y1 plus y2 divided by 2, and then I've subbed in stuff. So my mx is -4, my x1 is 0, my x2 I don't know, so I left it in there as x2 divided by 2. My my is 5, my y1 is -10, my y2, again, I don't know, left it in there as y2, and then divided by 2. So I multiplied by 2 on both sides of this problem to get rid of the divided by 2, and I'm left with -8 because -4 times 2 is -8. Get rid of the parentheses because there's no more -2 anymore. They cancel out, so I drop everything down. -8 equals 0 plus x2. Do the same thing over here. Multiply by 2 on both sides. 5 times 2 is 10. Divide by 2 times 2. They both scratch out. All right, so 10 plus y2 drops out. -10 plus y2 drops down. And since there's nothing else around them, they don't need the parentheses anymore. All right, so 0 plus x2 is just, oh, that should be x2, not y2. 0 plus x2 is just -8, right? No matter what, it's going to be -8. 10 equals -10 plus y2. To get rid of that -10, you add 10 to both sides. 10 plus 10 is 20. -10 plus 10, they cancel out. You're just left with y2. 20 equals y2. -8 and 20 is your answer. All right. Hopefully you guys are able to solve that. Again, if you had issues, you know who to reach out to, and it's Mr. Selby. All right. Tough one. This one took me about 5 minutes. So when it's this 5-minute check, I was like, whew. Man, and I was writing the whole thing out on like the computer and everything, so it did. It took like a whole sheet of like computer paper. So this will take a while. Go ahead and pause the video for about 5 to 10 seconds. Go ahead and solve this on your own. All right, if you can't do it, no worries. All right, this one's a toughie. It's a toughie. If you can't do it, check in. Let me show you how to do it really quick. All right, and then reach out. Reach out and say, yo, Mr. Selby, I don't know what I did wrong on this. All right, help me out. Okay? So I'm going to stop talking for about 5 to 10 seconds. I want you guys to go ahead and try and work on this on your own. All right. Hopefully you're able to solve this. I got location A, 10 units. Let's see what's good with it. All right. So we know the boat is 4, 1. The location A is -2, 9. Location B is 9, -11. All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find the distance from the boat to location A, and then I want to find the distance from the boat to location B. So the boat to location A is from 4, 1 to -2, 9. So I put it in. My x1 is going to be 4, my y1 is going to be 1, my x2 is going to be -2, my y2 is going to be 9. All right. Have my formula here, and I plugged everything in. My x2 is -2, my x1 is 4, my y2 is 9, and my y1 is 1. All right, sub them in. -2 minus 4 is -6. 9 minus 1 is 8. All right, -6 squared is going to be 36. 8 squared is going to be 64. 36 plus 64 is 100. Square root of 100 is 10. Location A is 10 units away. Let's check out location B. Location B is 4, 1. Or the boat is 4, 1. Location B is 9, -11. So I labeled them, my x1, y1, my x2, y2. I wrote down the formula because I always think it's important to copy down the formula. I got my square root of, plugged everything in. So I got x2 is 9, my x1 is 4, my y2 is -11, and my y1 is 1. All right, so 9 minus 4 is going to be 5. -11 minus 1 is going to be -12. Negative 5 squared, or 5 squared is going to be 25. Negative 12 squared is going to be 144. Add them together, you should get 169. Square root of 169 is 13. Location B is 13 units away, not unites. It is units. All right. So therefore, location A is closer at 10 units. All right. Hopefully you were able to solve this. If you have any issues with this, any questions or anything, who are you going to call? Mr. Selby. All right. You can message me on Schoology. You can email me. You can come into the Zoom office hours. All right. I hope everybody's doing well, staying happy, healthy, and hydrated, staying safe. So if you have any issues or anything, please do not feel bad reaching out. Thank you. Bye.